weight on the back end that makes it roll.
So last night we're down at the final Summer Nights cruise of the season in Somerset, Kentucky. You see all kinds of stuff at this car show, but this guy right here in particular was taking his own life into his hands by getting out on the strip with this golf cart. Gotta admit though, he gets an A for originality. So we went down to the Burgoo Festival the next day, and you know, it's kind of like a fall festival, your typical fall festival, but these guys in Jeeps showed up for kind of an impromptu Jeep invasion. And, you know, there's actually quite a few awesome Jeeps. One of them was this one right here, which is my old Jeep Gladiator. If you've been watching this YouTube channel for quite a while, you remember that Jeep. Here's my buddy's Jeep. He just got a Gladiator last week or maybe a couple weeks ago. There's an ocean blue down there. I still love that color, but check out all these cool Jeeps. But yeah, here's my old Jeep Gladiator from the channel. Thought it would be a good opportunity to check in on these tires that I had put on this thing 3 or 4 years ago. These are the Cooper STT Pro tires. These have got about 30,000 miles on them now. Maybe a little more, maybe almost 35,000, somewhere in that ballpark. And you can see how the tread blocks are wearing. They're kind of chopping and feathering a little bit, which is kind of typical of a mud terrain tire. Let's check out the one in the front. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this because, you know, it's kind of cool to see how these tires are holding up. They've got, I would estimate, probably about 30 seconds of tread left. So they're getting pretty close to the end of their useful life. They're really loud. They've been loud since day one, but they're really loud now. But if you've ever wondered what these STT Pros will look like at higher mileage, there you go. I mean, overall, it's a pretty good tire, but for street use, how this new owner of the Jeep has been using it, probably better options out there. These are more for dedicated off-road use, I would say, which I didn't even use the Jeep as a dedicated off-road Jeep, but at least I did take it off-road from time to time. Anyway, there's my old Jeep Gladiator. Cool to see it again. Still love that firecracker red color. One of the first Gladiators in this entire area. One of the first Gladiators on the YouTube. Cool, huh?
Yeah, so like I was saying, you know, the thing about those Cooper STT Pro tires is that they're really good if you're going to be actually off-road most of the time. But as far as, you know, most of us who are using our trucks and Jeeps out on the road throughout the week, most weekends, and occasionally we go off-road for fun or for work or whatever the case might be. If that's the situation, then I don't know, that STT Pro is probably not your best option because as you could see in that video, they kind of chop and feather a little bit. You know, they don't wear the best over time. I guess if you rotate those tires all the time, you know, then you could probably get some pretty decent wear out of them. I can't speak to what kind of tire pressure the owner of the Jeep now runs in those tires. I can't speak to how often she rotates them. I assume they probably do keep them rotated because they know what they're doing. But anyhow, point is, it's not the best tire for street use, you know, and most people know that mud tires are not going to be your ideal pick for a street, you know, vehicle. But they look so cool. They do work great off-road. A lot of people like the mud terrain tires because of that. Anyway, so there you go, 30,000 miles on the STT Pros now. I mean, I guess they're doing okay for what they're really intended for. But all in all, you could probably find a better tire for that specific purpose. I don't think that she goes off-road in the Jeep recreationally or anything. They do have gravel roads, just like I do, that they drive every day. So it tends to, you know, the gravel tends to be kind of hard on tread blocks, you know, like these XATs here. You know, there's some places in the tread blocks that are kind of chunked up a little bit because of the gravel, but I think as far as off-road goes, that's about as much as that Jeep sees anymore. So anyway, STT Pros still hanging in there. Now, the owner of the Jeep did tell me that next year they're planning on putting some new tires on it. those tires are not completely worn out yet, but because of the way they're feathering and chopping, and they're really loud too. From the time that I bought those STT Pros brand new, they were really loud. One of the louder tires that I've ever had. So I'm sure, looking at the tread, you know, the condition of the tread now, I'm sure they're really loud on the Jeep now. So next year they're planning on putting some new tires on it. She said they're probably going to go with an all-terrain tire. So we'll see what they go with, you know. But interesting to see my old Jeep again. Kind of miss it a little bit. That Jeep Gladiator was one of the very first ones that was available in this area. I actually special ordered it, but when it came in, it was one of the first ones available. I went up there and picked it up and did some great videos with it. You guys remember, we did a lot of great videos with that Gladiator. That one has the max tow package. So it had the wider axles, the 410 ratio, different springs, built a little bit heavier duty for towing use because that's what I do with my trucks. And we did a lot of great videos with that, proving that the Jeep Gladiator is a truck. It can tow, it can work. Used it off-road some also. And, you know, that Jeep had some really great videos made with it. I kind of miss it. I just remember some of the great times we had in it and some of the things we did with it. And it was cool because, you know, it was the first time in a long time that Jeep had made a pickup truck, so everybody was interested in it. And it really did kind of boost this YouTube channel, honestly. So that particular Gladiator will always have a special place in my heart, I guess. And seeing the Jeeps, man, it really kind of makes me miss my Jeep. And, you know, I got the Mustang. I'm going to keep the Super Duty for a long time. That's my main vehicle, and it's a vehicle that we're going to use for a lot of different work and play activities, plus just getting me to work back and forth throughout the wintertime. So anyway, the Super Duty is not going anywhere, but the Mustang's kind of like a second vehicle, kind of a fun vehicle. And I've really been kicking around the idea of selling that and getting another Jeep. I can't decide exactly what I want to get just yet, but kind of kicking that idea around because I do miss my Jeep. I have a lot of fun with Jeeps. To be honest with you, you know, I like cars, I like fast cars, but I'm just a Jeep and truck guy. I mean, that's always been me, kind of, you know. I like trucks and Jeeps. So anyway, we'll see. Might end up with another Jeep. So anyway, what else we got here? So these Yokohama XATs, they might be finding a new home. Problem is they're 33/1250s, so they're actually shorter than the factory tires. These are the factory tires that came off the Super Duty, and these are actually shorter in diameter than the factory stock. So I don't really think I'm going to put these back on the Super Duty because I don't like having a shorter than stock tire. Not only does it look kind of silly, but it makes the speedometer and the odometer, more importantly, run too fast, and you don't want that. You don't want to be racking up miles faster than you actually are. So they're not going to be useful to me anymore, unless I get a Jeep. But anyway, and my son doesn't really want to put these on the F-150. He wants to go a different direction. So, I mean, these are still great tires. These Yokohama XATs are great tires. So I might find them another good home, let somebody else get some use out of them. They've got probably half their tread life left. So maybe another 30,000 miles. I don't know. But those are great tires too. And this is a really great tire for those guys who want an aggressive tire, but they don't want to go full on mud tire like that STT Pro. So I might suggest this to the owner of my old Gladiator now. She's wanting an aggressive tire, but she wants to kind of go a little milder than what she's got now. That might be a good option for her. So what do you guys think? In any case, I just thought it was cool to see my old Jeep again. I wanted to show you that and to kind of check in on those tires. You know, I know it's been 3 years, maybe 4. Has it been 4 years? It's been at least 3 years since I did an update on those particular tires. Kind of forgot about it when I got rid of the Jeep, but I saw it the other day at that Jeep Invasion downtown, and I thought, hey, let's do a little update real quick with these tires and let people kind of see, because sometimes you don't get to see the mud terrain tires at higher mileage. You know, a lot of guys don't really show that. So there you go, STT Pros. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about the construction of the tire or the quality of the tire. It's just that tread pattern is just not the best for street use. But anyhow, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. We'll take